a place is defined by, in great part, by its history. So this is the place where our history is held, and it's one of our centers of culture, and something that's important for us to continue to support. It is the earliest structure, the oldest building in the town of Plymouth, having originally been built by the founder of this town, David Webster, back in 1772. 1772 was only like 9 years after the town was founded, and the reason that this building was built was to meet the requirements of our original charter, which was that it needed to have a courthouse because Plymouth was in charge of dispensing justice, well, one half of the entire Grafton County. The display that's in front of us here, which is the product of many hours of organizing and work on the part of the Historical Society members. They landed on the idea of the 60s and the 50s, and in Plymouth's 60s and 50s. These two reindeer are from a set of four that used to be hanging from the town gazebo in the wintertime. At Christmas time was part of our decoration. Fausti's was an old and very well visited place. It was a diner. It was the place to go for pizza and other things. You call, you say operator, and the operator says operator, and you say 18 please, and she dials it up. Oh, there it is. Rand AM Company, hardware. Dial 225. How about that, huh? Dial 225. Oh, and by the way, you could call one of the proprietors, Robert Rand, my dad, at 191M, or you could call his brother, Watson, at 325. How about that? We started to think about how the building should be used into the future because, you know, it's been here for 270 years now. We have to think about it for the next 100 years because it is our heritage, and that heritage is not going to stop. We're going to keep accumulating history. The building's 36 feet square, and it's old, and it needs maintenance. The interior space looks really good, and it is perfectly fine for what we need, but you may want to notice the windows. The windows are all cloudy, and the exterior glazing is gone. We need a new heating system, and we need a new cooling system because the stuff that we have in here needs to be archived. It's got to last for the next 100 years, which means that we can't have a lot of extra humidity, and the temperature is an important factor in maintaining our artifacts. So we need a heating and cooling system. That costs money. We have a roofing that's about 22 years old, and it's got a life expectancy of about 25 years. So we need to fix that. You see, we have a nice brick walkway, but if you are in a wheelchair, you can't manage this. So there's actually a fairly simple solution. We plan to bring the walkway up to grade so that it will come up, and it will be standing up here like this. Up there, I don't jump. Have you ever seen such a tiny bathroom before in your whole life? It's sort of like an outhouse, actually. So this is not a handicapped accessible bathroom. To be good for the next 100 years, we want to have a full handicapped access bathroom. So the current space that we would have to use in order to be in this building would have to eliminate our little kitchen here, which means no more cookies and no more punch. We can't have that. And then we would have to move that over here, and then we'd have no place for all this archivable stuff. And over the next 100 years, we're going to have a lot of it. There's a lot that's not here now because there's no space. So this little room here was built in the 60s, I believe. And it's obviously not part of the original building. And our hope and plan is to use this as this side here where the little kitchen and the toilet are to build the new handicapped accessible bathroom. And then on this side we would use for the kitchen. and then all the way through would be a new room, 20 by 24, an addition. We are in the process of making application for an L-chip grant, which is a 50-50 grant that is available for historic preservation purposes. This renovation and addition will cost around $250,000. About $100,000 of it should come back to us as a matching grant, and we will need to raise $150,000 to do it. It's a lot of money, but if you break it down, over the next 100 years, it's only $1,500 a year. So it's well worth it. In my opinion, it's well worth it, and I hope you agree. I won't tell you about all of them, just this one for the moment. You'll have to come see for yourself.